All right, everybody, welcome to the Go Live today with Listings to Leads. We are going to be covering expireds and how to go after them using Listings to Leads. I've got Yi Gong with me here from our team, and she's on our lender side, so she'll be talking to us about things from that perspective. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Awesome.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, and so we got a lot of people on the call. So for everybody on the
Well,
call,
happy
please.
2025, everyone.
Yeah, right. Welcome to
Yeah.
2025. I don't know. It's either crazier than you thought it was going to be or not as crazy, but certainly we live in interesting times, right?
Yeah.
But with that, I don't want to focus on what we can't control. There's lots of things we can't control that we tend to get bothered about. But what we can control and get bothered about is going after expired listings and the tools that we have got. Landing pages, we've had these landing pages in the system. We update them and everything, and we update all the stuff, but these landing pages for expired have been in our system for over 12 years. People have been just killing it forever. What we have done is an absolutely pathetic job at marketing and training on them. And so that's what we're trying to do right now is take all those successes that those clients of ours that really dug in there and really spent a lot of time in there, and they built up a lot of success. I mean, we got clients that they build a business and going after expireds and FSBOs. The problem is they all learned it themselves because we were never doing any training on it until just recently. So we're going to cover the landing pages. I do want to note, in case you can't see it, the domain whitneyoaks.expiredssoldeasy.com. So E, do you think if you got a postcard with that domain for your expired listing, that would get your attention?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Right?
That's a very awesome and eye-catchy domain name.
Yeah. So imagine we get into those postcards or the e-flyers and they start seeing those really awesome domains like that just breed a lot of authority in the area. So we'll be touching on that. We'll, of course, be going over the 26-page branded marketing presentation. So these are the new flip books. If you haven't seen them yet, absolutely awesome. I can't wait to get more feedback. They just went live about a week ago. Although, you know what? I should tell you what. So, yeah, I don't know if you heard this. A client was going through this in a listing presentation. This is like today's Monday. This was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So Thursday, he's telling me this. Goes through here, the seller loves it. And he's on the flip book on a tablet. All right. So imagine he's got the iPad going through it. And goes through the whole thing. Now, here's where I tell people, have the homeowner scan the QR code. So imagine, it's the expired homeowner. They scan the QR code and boom, their home pops up on their phone. They're scanning down the single property website. Absolutely beautiful. And this right here gets so many more people signing listing agreements. But what this guy did, he kept going. And when he got here, he had a notebook calendar and he took it out and he started writing down in the dates. So we'll do coming soon on January 30th. And then from there, we'll do just listed 4 days later on, and he started like penciling in, like, then we'll do the open house. And the seller just went right along with it, signed the listing agreement. Well, after this, they talked about commission, right? Commission. That's the time you talk about commission after you do this, right? You don't talk about commission before you talk about what you're going to do for them.
So he essentially penned out the whole calendar in front of the guy. Wow.
Yeah, which I thought was brilliant. I never had that idea before, but he said, yeah, because, go through all the tools and then you have the statuses. So it was perfect to start calendaring that down. And the seller just thought, or the homeowner at that point, I think just thought that was natural. Like, that's just what you do. You go through the marketing tools and then you start calendaring down the dates that you're going to do things. And it takes a lot of resistance out of the whole thing. And so you're going to see what we did from his feedback. We moved open house in front of active, whereas before it was after. Because what he was saying when he was talking to the homeowner, he said, again, he's like, we'll do coming soon on Monday, and then we'll do just listed on Thursday. We'll do all the great marketing, and but no one's going to be able to get into the house until the open house, which will be on Saturday. and it was marking it all down. The seller's nodding. And I think if you know at that point, the seller is nodding, you got the listing.
Right. Because
Yeah.
you have complete control of the whole process.
Well, yeah, and you're actually showing a process,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
showed all the marketing, right? It's not a one pager that so many people walk in with. But anyway, that's a bit of an aside.
Can you go to that page when you had that QR code?
Yeah, on page 15.
Page 15. So people, whatever you
Right there.
just making sure you make a note of that.
Yeah,
So
the page before is the sign writer, and and that's easier to scan, but they're
right.
not looking at their property website. And so it's when they're looking at this, and I mean it's literally, if anybody on this call here, let me
I was trying to do it right now.
Yeah, let me make it bigger. Hold on, everybody. I'll make that real big. I'll
Oh,
drag
perfect.
it
I
up.
just scanned the QR code. Then I got this single property website.
Correct.
Follow
And so
this.
it's that looking at it on paper, looking at it on your phone, and the action in between that ties the homeowner into this and into what you're talking about, that just like I said, it just gets those heads nodding versus shaking. And that's what we want. We want head nodders, not head shakers. Right. And so that's the flip book. And again, that just went live about a week ago. I'll show you where all that is in your Listings to Leads account that supports the 26-page PDF. And so it's the same thing, except it's a PDF instead of a flip book. But here, let me show everybody. So what you can do is, right, obviously the PDF you can print, and then you can present it in a binder, right? And you can, like that, right, if you want. We had another client, he actually sent this to me. He sent me a magazine. And so he put it in that way, right? Well, in that way, it kind of more sits on, I think, a table versus the the folder is a little bit more formal. This thing just sits right on the table. They're not going to throw it away. It looks too nice, right? It looks like a magazine. And you flip through it, and it's just like all the, you can see all the market, right? How good that looks.
Very nice.
Right, where everybody else is
out there, if you got this listing presentation, you're halfway there, making sure you print this out, you have all those things ready to go. Okay, so when you have all these materials with you, you look like a superhero.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so, so the PDF, again, same thing, same as the flip book, just a different version. Then we're going to go through the PDF guides, and they've got an entire marketing funnel as well. One thing I actually want to talk about, which was really popular in the mastermind group, for all of you that are using Canva, you can totally use Canva in Listings to Leads. I know some people actually take our stuff out of Listings to Leads and into Canva to edit. So, if you got beautiful brand guidelines and templates and images and even videos in Canva or really anywhere, I'll show you where you can bring that into Listings to Leads, because we want to make sure that your branding and the style that you got stays coherent. Mm-hmm. But in fact, I just had a great call today with these three ladies. In fact, one of them's on the call right now, Lynn, and I think it was Emick that was saying, Emick or Gia, they were going on about how they love using the PDFs, and they said we get a lot of great feedback about how good the content is in your PDFs. And I literally just got off the call with her about 2 or 3 hours ago. And I was like, oh, I always love hearing that. So for what that is worth, I love hearing that the PDF guides, because, it's a reflection on the agent. And so we got to make sure that the agent looks good to the buyers, to the sellers. So anyways, we'll be going through that as well. Recent comment from somebody in the mastermind group. I mean, how awesome is that, right? You run an ad and you get a listing appointment scheduled from the ad. And so we're going to be talking about automations, what to do when you get an expired lead, how to go after expireds, all of that stuff. And I want your questions in the chat. And someone says, are we able to delete or customize pages in the PDF? Yes, but not in the flipbook at this point. So I'll talk about that in a little bit later. So go to listingstoleads.com/expired. Right here, you'll say listingstoloads.com/expired. That may have been where you went to sign up for this call. And I'm going to walk through just a couple of things, a little bit of housekeeping first. So I showed you we got the landing pages, we've got the PDF guides, but obviously the first step in all of this is identifying the expired homeowner. So if you're already calling expireds, and we got the same thing for FSBOs and circle prospecting, then you've already got the data. That's easy to do, right? You got something to say?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah,
ready to say something. Yeah. So anyways, so finding the expireds, we're talking My Plus Leads, RedX. You could use Zillow. You could use your MLS, right? So there's a lot of, maybe Remine. I don't know. Anybody in the chat know Remine? Hey, Malcolm, you're in Sacramento. We're not too far away from you. Yeah, so identify the expired homeowner. And again, if you use like My Plus Leads or RedX, you'll have the name, the phone number, the email, you have all the information that you need. And then we're going to get into the landing pages, the PDF guides, and the other tools to engage them. And so with that, let me log into Listings to Leads. And let's go to landing pages first. I like the landing page because they got those awesome domains. And somebody give me a sales area. So somebody on the call, on the live, give me a sales area that you want to generate expired leads in. And you let me know if you see an area somebody pops in, or if you want to give me one.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Harrisburg, where did that come from? All right, create landing page. All right, how about Sparta, New Jersey? I like that better.
Okay.
So I click the green create landing page button, type expired. All right, so it's expired.
Here we go. Yeah.
Right, Sparta. Everybody in Sparta knows they're in Sparta, so you don't need to put the state, and it just keeps it more cleaner. Click the green button. Oakland. All right, another NorCal person. So here we just landed in the edit area. Everything here is editable. So the image, all that. But I'm gonna click on view. And first of all, notice the domain, Sparta.
Love
Isn't it beautiful? EXPIREDSFSBOs.com. Right. So that's the landing page. Again, the background image, the text on the left, the text on the lead form. The lead form is all of that's editable. Most of our clients, though, just leave it as it is, and they worry about marketing it. So I'm not going to get into the edits too much, but you can play around. You can get a feel for, right, the image, the lead form, the autoresponder. You can the domain. So, for example, maybe you're in like if you were to do Oakland, that might be Oakland is kind of a popular area, and plus there's multiple Oaklands around the country. You may have to come in here and edit that. So you might do Oakland, CA, for example. So I can click edit that domain if I need to.
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah, I know, right? And then your pixel tracking chat codes. So if you've got, your Google tags, you want to put a chat bot on that landing page. So if someone lands on it, they could interact with the chat bot. You can do all that here. And preferences, this is where you can connect to a follow-up plan in your CRM, right? So, obviously we integrate with all the CRMs, but once that lead gets into the CRM, we obviously want it to get to the campaign. Now, you can also create campaigns and listings to leads, right? We got the email follow-up, so you can actually do that there as well. So anyways, let's get to marketing. That's more fun. In fact, let's go first, download checklist. So you're going to see a button here, download checklist. I recommend checking it out. Help keep you in order.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the checklist. Identify. Then we got the e-flyer, call scripts, postcard door hanger expired, or for the expired. Then social media free and paid. We got the Facebook and Instagram ads that we can do, social media post, short form video, and Google ads. And so what I would recommend is getting a custom audience of all of those expireds, right? So instead of you could market this to all, to the area in general, but if you're using My Plus Leads, why not just upload that data, that CSV file right into, in fact, you can upload it to Listings to Leads. We will send it to Facebook to create the audience. And then you can market to them specifically, right? So when I'm here, look at that. Did not sell your Sparta home. Love it. And actually, no, we got different. We have different templates. So we've got like 4 or 5 or 6 different templates here to select from. Oh, in fact, there we go. So if I go change template, I'm going to use that one. I should just change the default. There you go. And if I had changed the background image, that would change. And then
I like the other one. It looks a little bit, the text looks better, but the other.
You like the other one?
Yeah.
Here, let me see.
It doesn't matter.
So I can upload. So here's where Canva. So if you got Canva, right, and you want to use, go there, create it, just click upload. You'll get you can upload it right here. And the cool thing is we have a media library. And in fact, I have to show you the new market pack that went live today. Yi is the one that does all those market packs. So for those of you that are using those marketing packs that we do, like the one that went live today, Yi is actually the one that heads all those up. So if you like them, say thank you.
Hopefully you like it.
Yeah. So now you know. But anyway, so here I can upload any, Canva image, what have you. So I'll go back to that one. And, depending on the background image, one will look better than the other. But right here, so enter your custom audience. So if I'm using Vulcan 7, RedX, My Plus Leads to get all this data, you might as well upload it into Listings to Leads. There's a button in ads called Create Audience. And check it out. They're all available right here. So I got my database and my Plus Leads expired audience right there. Or it could be your homeowner audience, right, for the area. Because here's the deal. I want all those homeowners to see the fact that I've got a plan to help those that didn't get their home sold in the first place. You know what I mean? I want them to know I'm the one that cleans up other people's messes. So when other people couldn't get that home sold, I've got a plan to come in and get that done. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but again, running an ad, then click the create ad button. So I would say if you got the budget, do the Facebook and Instagram ad, $50, maybe. No, I'm sorry. With that custom audience, you can actually go down to like $2 or $3 a day. I should have mentioned that. Let me show everybody something here. Right, with a custom audience, you can change lifetime to daily. And I can do like $3, and then I can run that for maybe 30 days. And that way I stay in front of this audience.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah, these people.
Yeah, stay in front of those people for because now, because it's to a custom audience, right? So it's not to 200,000 people in the Sacramento area. It's not even to 100,000 homeowners, right? It's to 6,000 expired homeowners, from the last 6 months. Now, some of them may have sold. That's fine, whatever. But at least I can do it for a lot cheaper. If I want to, I could go, and I could do $50 for a week. I could do, $3 a day for a month. So just showing you different options that you have, because, expireds are a year-long thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can always adjust it, right? You can look at tracking your leads coming in, and you can just accordingly.
Yeah, totally. And you can always extend an ad if you want to. Right. Just hit the create ad button. Similar to Google. I mean, Google, I would say if I'm a top team, or if I just have a lot of money to spend, I might go into doing Google. But with Google, you're looking at 25, 30, 40, $50 a day, not a week. So again, there's expired, drop in the location, hit create ad, you're off and running. The tools that we really want to get into, though, here are the tools that we want to use, because we can incorporate these into any kind of automation that we have. So in fact, one of the women I was talking to is using Go High Level, and they're integrating some of the follow-ups and stuff from Listings to Leads into their campaigns. So when they get a lead coming in, instead of using both Listings to Leads and Go High Level, I told her, I was like, well, just take the things that you need from Listings to Leads, drop it into your campaign and Go High Level, and just keep things a lot simpler for you. Right? Yeah, using multiple programs is never that much fun. So the first thing I would say is the e-flyer. So there is an e-flyer, and let's go take a look at it. So there we go. Did not sell your Sparta home. As an expert in real estate marketing, I'd like to offer you, and look at that domain in the email, Sparta expiredsoleasy.com.
Nice.
So the first thing I might do is drop this. This is actually a preview pane right there. And your listing to lease signature at the bottom, right? Beautiful. This will go to the landing page that we literally just created, right? There's no I didn't pause and go do something. Like, we literally just created that. And so we got the emails ready to go. So what I might do is I might drop this either as a template in my email program that I use for my expireds, or add that to my automation / campaign.
Right, under the email campaign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so for example, if I'm using, like she was using Go High Level, so I said just copy the code, right? So copy code, and I should have brought up Line Desk. Let me bring up Line Desk. And I only bring this up because I've had this account for 15 years and they've never turned it off yet. At some point they may. But if I go to contact, excuse me. All right, hold on a second. All right. So if I go to contacts, no, I'm not going to add it to a campaign here. That's beyond the scope of this call. But just to show you how easy it is to drop it into your CRM or your database, or, constant contact, follow-up boss. So here's that editor where you normally drop the email. If you click source, and there we go. Did not sell your Sparta home. Got the whole email, and add that as a template or as a part of a campaign / automation, so that every time you have a new expired lead come in, right, from My Plus Leads, from RedX, from your MLS, from wherever you're looking, you can drop that email to them right away. The email is going to go right to the landing page automatically, and you can start generating leads quick and easy from the e-flyer. And even if I'm calling people, right, I talked to that woman last week, 3 hours a day, she's calling people, which is beautiful. I mean, I love that dedication, but she wasn't doing any of this stuff. And when I showed her this, she was like, oh my God, she goes, all those people that I don't really get a hold of, or they're in a hurry and I can't really talk to them for very long. Now she can drop them the other content to them.
Can you go to your, you can go into listings leads and create an email campaign. It's just very easy as well.
I'm sorry?
You can go into your account and create email campaign there.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that in a few minutes.
Okay.
Because you're right. I mean, it is super easy to do. And I don't spend a lot of time on that just because I'm always thinking about marketing. But
Right.
you're right. Under follow-ups,
We have
you
all
can
that.
create an entire campaign, with 200, pieces in this if you wanted to.
Right. And then you
So,
don't have to copy codes.
yeah, for sure. And when we add the power calling feature shortly, there'll be a lot more things that you can do with it. And at some point, we're going to get My Plus Leads integration. That's just taking, we got other things that we're doing. But regardless, so the e-flyer, I think, is the first thing I would get out the door, because again, as soon as that lead comes in, if I'm calling, great, call them up. You're at your desk at 8 a.m. You're starting the phone calls. You call them, answer, right? Don't answer. They hang up on you. You got the email to send. All right. First off. Second thing, I would go to the postcards and door hangers, and I would look to add these to your campaign. So you can download these. So if I click the download button, JPEG or PDF, every one of you, if you're doing postcards and you got automations or campaigns like at Mailbox Power, maybe Thanks.io, right? They should be able to take either one of these formats, one or the other. There's a front and back of the postcard. And again, the image on the postcard, the coloring, all of that changes based on your brand, the image you use. But check this out. The QR code and that domain, ready to go. I didn't have to do anything. So I would either download this and upload it into your automations so that you've got this ready as part of it. So you may already have an expired postcard that goes out. You may have even a bit of a campaign that goes out. See how you're going to add this to it. And if you don't, what I would do is either set one up, or at least at a minimum is get maybe 20, 30, 40 of these printed and mailed to me so that I've got them on my desk and I can just write them out as I need to. Because I want to do a phone call, right? I mean, a phone call is good to do, but either way, the likelihood of me talking to them and setting up a listing appointment and having a good time, a good call, a good talk with them, what, maybe 2%, 1%. So what are we doing with the other 98, 99%? E-flyer, and then get a postcard out. And even where we live, God, I get my plus leads every day. There's not more than 10 to 15 in the Sacramento area, Roseville area. Anybody, I mean, I don't know, maybe someone in Atlanta maybe there's 30 or 40. And that's where an automation obviously then would make more sense. But if you're in an area where it's a little bit, like where I live, I could just as easily do that, right? Just off my desk and get it out the door. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I would do the door hanger. I would just do the door hangers at the same time I do the postcards. Different look. This time it's on the door, right? The postcard was in the mail. There was 10 to 15 to 20 other things with it that was all, as they walk by the garbage, right? They're if I got a door hanger now, it's going to be, what I can do is knock on the door. Hey, I sent you, an email a couple of weeks ago with the offer to look at your marketing, and want to give you this door hanger to get the information. If they don't answer the door, which maybe you don't even have to knock on the door, just throw it on the door. But at least now they're going to see it more likely. And again, there's that domain. For those of you on a computer, let me blow that up so you can see it better. But look at that. Look at that QR code in that domain. And right. So if they are a Sparta homeowner whose listing had expired and they see that, you're going to get their attention.
Yeah. They're like, oh, wow, somebody already have a landing page, a website set for me. Yeah. That's cool.
And it's expired so easy.
Yeah. I love it when we really think of all the details.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Details matter. Really does.
Yep. And then here, there's a print flyer. So again,
okay.
Now these are obviously on demand, so you don't need to pre-print these and have them ready. These are just another thing, though. Again, another great touch point. Again, you could door knock with it. Hey, I'm Scott Pierce with the EXP Realty, and I saw that your home expired, and I don't want to bother you because I'm sure you're getting a lot of phone calls. But when the time is right, I'd like to offer you a free review on some of the things that you could do to increase the market perception of your property. There is a website that you can go to with a QR code, or you can just reach out to me, right? Or just more than likely what you can do, you're going to leave it at the property. And if it's nice, what I might do, I might put that in a nice envelope, right? Handwrite their name and everything on it and just drop it off in the door. Because if I got a 8.5 by 11 manila envelope, right? This size. I'm not talking about binder, I'm talking about an envelope. And then I put that in there. Resist the urge to include your car, 20 other things that you think are going to help, because all of it's going to just make you look salesy. We're trying to focus on them just getting to that website and becoming a lead. Then you can contact them. So kind of resist the urge to overdo it with things. Then we start looking real salesy. But yeah, what do you think about that manila envelope idea?
I love it, because if I see a big envelope, I'm more likely to open it because you're curious, like, what's in it?
Yeah. Someone
And
says,
honestly, if somebody sees this, it's so nicely presented with a QR code with your, with that, Sparta
Right. Yeah.
shop.expiredsoldeasy.com, they're more likely to click it.
Yeah. And if you wanted to, you could even print it with their home right on the page. And
Yeah,
again,
with
whatever image you use will be the one
the
that's
photos.
inserted here, not yeah.
I
So
agree.
yeah. And so the whole idea though is that we have all these different looks, different content pieces, right? From the ad, between Facebook and Instagram and Google, which are all paid. Now, again, if I had the custom audience, and a little bit of a budget, like maybe an extra 50 to $100 a month, I would
Mhm.
totally do that 100% all day long. Then we got the social media posts. I would be hitting that every month. I would just get that out there every month. The e-flyer, obviously, we're going to do that on demand. And then we're going to do the postcards, door hanger, and print flyers. What at a minimum, what I want you to do is, model out, all right, your follow-up on this, your expired follow-up, and just figure out when they're going to get the postcard to them, when they're going to get the door hangers to them, when do we get the print flyers to them. Look at how many expireds are coming through your area in the last couple of months. And I know it's very up and down, and so it's hard to tell, but get some printed or either added to your automations or your campaigns, and then start getting these, because nothing's going to happen until you get these to the homeowners. So nothing will happen until you get them to the homeowner. So see, we did that. There's QR code, there's embed code, right? We can take this landing page, we can embed it at our website. We got a short form video script. I would totally do a video every month, again, at least every month, how you're helping expired homeowners get their home sold. Obviously, if you get a expired home sold, that's gonna be a video you want to do. But here again, we can talk to expired homeowners with that script right there. Any questions on the landing pages? Can we point the QR code to the flip book? So we don't, yeah, you could. Yeah. Yeah. Angela, Marlo, they aren't answering. If someone's already using the domain, like I said earlier. So let's say Oakland, right? So, you live in fact, this happened earlier recently on a call. The domain was or the city was taken. So, maybe add the state. So CA, I think they were actually in Atlanta. So we did ATL at the end of it. And then there's like 4 or 5 or 6 versions. So if I go back to edit domain, you will see here. So for expired, even there's 4 different versions right there.
Can you
All right.
wanting to see the drop down, see what the other options you have?
Yeah, and some actually make sense, almost like a sentence if you do it just right. Expired sold now, expires sold fast,
Oh, it's fast.
is selling expires fast,
Okay, got it.
expired sold easy. Yep. And if somebody needs one of the domains I have, let me know and I'll delete it and I'll give it up to you. Yeah. Well, I don't want to take someone, and you'll know it's me because you'll see my name down here. So
Right.
I am not a real estate agent anymore. So if you need one of these training pages I'm doing, just let me know and I'll give it up for you. Sorry. So that's the landing page. I would have that ready to go, understand how that works. Next up is the PDF guides. Can I edit expired listing and change? Did you? Yeah, Gordon, totally. Yeah. Yeah. Anything is editable. And at worst case, for example, for the images, maybe you don't like any of those templates that we've got. You can always upload your own template from anywhere that you want. All right. So yeah, all of that should be editable. Can we customize the message and postcards? No. So Maggie, so here's what you can do, Maggie. A couple things. One is you could take the postcard into Canva and edit it in Canva. You could take the QR code and domain. So, just grab the domain URL, grab the QR code, and just do an entirely new postcard in, whatever vendor you wanted to, right? But if you use a QR code and the domain, then it'll always point back to that landing page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's really the key, the two pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you'll see with all the print material, we do have a print integration. So if I go to marketing tools, for example, postcard and door hanger, you're going to see a print and mail right there. So you'll see there's a green print and mail right there for you. So yeah, hey, I apologize if I'm missing any questions. I'm looking at them, but yeah, and we are recording this. We will be making this available. And Rob, not yet. We're going to do text at some point soon. We're actually already integrating with no. We're also integrating with I think we're integrating with BombBomb, but that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. All right. So the PDF guides. There is one called Expired. In fact, it's called something Expired Listing Sold, Failed to Sell, Now What? All right. English and Spanish. If I go to marketing tools, now this is just default. You don't need to create this at all. Like the landing pages, there will not be an expired landing page in your account if you don't create it. So that's why you go to create landing page. The PDF is just always here. English, Spanish, again with the ads. Same caveat as before. I would only run an ad if I was going to do it to a custom audience of either homeowners or expired leads. And again, I would come down here, right where it says retarget current leads, drop in my audience name. So again, if I'm using Vulcan 7, if I'm using My Plus Leads, I might do my database. I like my database to see these ads like I mentioned earlier. And again, I can go here and I go daily, like $3. And that way I'm going to run it for.
Is daily better or lifetime budget better?
Normally, I like lifetime because it will allow Facebook to adjust the budget depending on how many people are on Facebook that day.
Okay.
Right. So maybe there's something going on and, maybe nobody's on Facebook. It won't spend that money.
The only reason doing it because you have a custom audience.
Yeah. And I want to run it for like 30 days.
Okay. Got it.
And so I don't want to potentially blow my budget in the first 4 days.
Okay.
Right. And I want this is more like a percolating strategy so that, because there's always, trust me, it'll always find a way to spend $3 on my audience. I don't need to worry about that. So And again, if you want to go to Canva, make a beautiful image, you can even put a video. This could be a video. And we've got clients that actually will throw in a video here, right? Talking about, hey, if your property was listed for sale and it failed to sell in this market, it's not the fault of your home. It was the fault of the marketing. Please click below so that we can do a 100-point review of your property marketing and any other issues, right? Just off the cuff right there. But what a great video something like that would be here for people to get to know you. And you're only spending $3 putting that video in front of the people, right, that make the decisions.
Right. So you can just do a short form video and just upload it here, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I might record it. You could try the short form and see how that fits in the feed. You could do it in landscape as well. You could obviously you're going to do it in short form vertical, right? And put that on TikTok and put that on Instagram. But as far as an ad, you could try. In fact, what I would probably do is I would do one with a video and then I would do one with an image. And I might try, and if I can afford it for like maybe $2 a day to each of them for a couple of weeks and see which one performs better. And if maybe they don't work together, because sometimes people seeing you may motivate them to click right then or to come back to it later. But then if they see the image ad, they might be just quicker to click it because they saw your video previously.
Yeah.
Right? Because, marketing, it's at the end of the day, the more they see our stuff, the better, period.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why so many times Facebook leads can be called or considered bad leads. Well, it's just these people have no clue who we are, right? They don't know who we are. So, they're on Facebook and they click and boom, bada bing, we're calling them up 20 times a day. we're freaking them out, right? Because they don't know us. Whereas if they see our stuff and they get more comfortable with us because they saw an ad, they saw a post, they saw an email, they saw a video. Now
Yeah,
now when we call or whatever, they're
they're
going to be a
like,
little bit
I
more.
know you. You're the expired listing guy.
You're the Sparta. You're the expired. Wait, I'm sorry. You're the
You're
Sparta
Sparta
expired sold easy
expired.
guy.
Something like that.
That's what I want.
Sparta expired.
Yeah, that's awesome. So again, with the Google, with the PDF, all right, I'm not going to go through that because if you are into Google, all you're going to do is drop in the location and spend $50 a day and love it. But again, we got the free tools. So there are so many free tools here. So we got the social media posts, which I would do every month. We got the e-flyer. So again, take this e-flyer and incorporate it into maybe your campaign or your follow-up, right? But again, we want to make sure that those expired homeowners are getting this email. So I can send myself a test email. I can see how it's going to work. I can send it. Well, see, sending this through Listings to Leads wouldn't work because we don't allow you to pull in leads into Listings to Leads unless they filled out the landing page. But I can take copy code and go now to Go High Level, go to whatever CRM I'm using or whatever email program, and then add that to that campaign. Does that make sense? You can even do that in Gmail. In fact, I did. For those of you, if you go to the mastermind group, I did a great post on this. If I do Gmail. Yeah, so this was talking about the FSBO, where you can set it up in Gmail so that it's always ready. So in Gmail, just go to settings, advanced, and this is in the mastermind group. You can just click, search Gmail later. So don't try to memorize this right now. But you go settings, advanced, enable, save changes, drop in the, I'm sorry, wait, that was the final. Yeah, and then you go to template, save, and you can then get that into even Gmail. So again, every time I got a expired lead, I can just copy and paste their email. I mean, this is how basic you can get so that you don't have to spend a ton of money. So again, the idea here is drop that e-flyer into your CRM or database so that it becomes either something you can send on demand or it becomes part of your campaign or automation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's cool about this actually, because this came up recently. This does not take you to a landing page. It just literally it downloads the PDF and then it sends the agent a lead notification. Right. So when this is part of an automation, or if you send it to somebody, if they open it, well, it'll count as an open. But if they click to download it, you'll get a lead notification email saying, "Hey, Scott just downloaded your expired listing guide. Probably a good time to call Scott up." Right.
Yeah.
Very good time. Similar to the landing pages, postcards, door hangers. And again, if you want to use Canva, what I would do is I would grab the QR code right here. You got the QR code. You got the landing. Well, you don't need the URL because the URLs don't matter for the postcard. But yeah, take that QR code, go into Canva, create the door hanger, the postcard, the print flyer that you want, and leverage all of our platform, but with your designs and your branding. So here's a print flyer.
Yeah. Nice.
A lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but some people will take these print flyers, not this one, but some of these other print flyers and put them in a plexiglass for their open house, right? And let people scan that QR code.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, and then again, we got short form video script. More and more people I'm talking to love scripts. So if you're using the scripts, give me your feedback later. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Could not upload custom one, keep getting error. Yeah, Priya, if you ever have an error on that, because there's so many issues, just send it to our support team, or maybe have our support get on a call with you. But if you go to ads right there, so if you go to ads and listings to leads, create audience. So there's a blue button along the top there, create audience, give it a name. In your audience name, make sure you don't do like a dash or any special characters. Just make it alphanumeric, I think. But again, worst case scenario, send it to our support team. I promise you, we will not steal your leads. Yes. Yeah. Luli, yes, thank you. Yep, exactly. Yeah. People that use our support know our support tries to be as helpful as possible usually. There's some awesome training on YouTube on how to thank you. Appreciate that. Do you have any collaboration for a discount? No. Although we are going to integrate with My Plus Leads at some point. I don't think there will be a discount necessarily, and it's not going to be for 4 or 5, 6 months. So do not wait on me. All right. And again, if I'm missing any questions, I apologize. Always get into the mastermind group with questions, or you can ping me directly, scott@listingstoleads.com. Skylar says, how many landing pages can we have under expired? Well, we say it's unlimited, but don't abuse it, I guess. Is that cool? That fair enough? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. If they want a different format, they want a format different from Vulcan 7. Yeah, and that's exactly right, Priya. And I don't really want to get into all the file extension naming and all that. So that's why just our support team can help you. No problem. You work with our support team a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, let me show everybody real quickly. So Yi didn't create these, but she oversaw these. She did create the email. So in case you haven't.
The media, yeah.
Yeah. So in the media library, oh, that's so weird. Oh, that's the image. I'm going to go to the videos.
Yeah, the videos are good.
Yeah, the videos are really good. I thought she did an awesome job. So this is available for download. I've already got it up on my TikTok and my Instagram. I'll show you my Instagram story in a minute. So we have versions for to post just as is, and that will make more sense in a second. The second one here, notice it says TikTok poll video. So if you know TikTok, you can actually put a poll in the video for like 5 seconds or 3 seconds, whatever you want. And I got a video. I'll show you the training video. But anyways, if you're into more advanced stuff, there's that version. There's another version here, but this first version will work for everybody. Then we got the images. So, sending out an email, different versions of it. Right. I think they look beautiful. I love the colors. Right. Housing sales up 2.2%. And, I wonder, could people, I assume the answer is yes, but I don't know. Could people take this to Canva and edit like the coloring, or maybe they want to change something?
I would
I don't
think
even
they
know.
would be able to, but let me double check though.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the landing page and the the landing page, the main call to action is a free review of why your property didn't sell. The PDF just talks about expired listings in general. And I would lead with the land. Well, you want to use both. All right. You really want to use both. I would probably lead with the landing page first. But I mean, hey, you could, if you're like, I love that PDF and I want to do that, and that's the one I want to lean into, do that one. But they're both great. You're not going to go wrong either using either one or using both together. But anyways, let me show you. So there's an email that goes along with this. If I go back to the dashboard and I scroll down, and so this right here, though, is the email that Yi wrote. So this is all her. If you have any complaints, let her know. But I think she did a pretty good job.
So it's just monthly, weekly media engagement, whatever you call it.
So what I want you to talk about, if you don't mind,
Yeah,
imagine you're a real estate agent. Now, first of all, if you're a real estate agent and you don't have a strong partnership with your lender, I
find
would
one.
get one. But why don't you talk a little bit about, like, if you're an agent or a lender talking to a homeowner and then talking to a home buyer, like, what are you saying to them about the market right now?
Okay, so I think it's pretty, I would say 100% confident that the rate's gonna stay pretty elevated through 2025. I wish I could have great news, say it's gonna go below 6. It's just not happening, right? And as a real estate agent, you are dealing with elevated rates. So when we're talking about expired, or if you're going into a listing presentation, I think the most important thing, if you can't invite your lender up to the presentation in the 26-page listing presentation, I think what you want to do is have lender create a financing sheet for that property. Okay, do the homework first. Maybe that property is special. It could be USDA property, FHA, whatever the special financing program that's available for that property. You want have the lender present it in a one sheet, marketing flyer,
What
right? Then
about what
second,
about a property like this one though, where I get where those entry level, but what about a property like this? How would a lender add value to this homeowner that owns, a nice upper middle income property? Like, what can we do?
well, I think financing sheet is like needed. Period. In any condition. I mean, any situation, right? Especially now. And then secondly, I think you do want to open up a conversation about creative financing solutions. Maybe have a conversation about, okay, why your property did not sell the last time. Were you willing to offer some seller credit towards closing costs that can be used for paying down the rate permanently? That would really
Right.
help buyer, right?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to lower the price, but you can help them on the back end. I mean, that
Yeah.
will help a lot of buyers.
Well,
Um,
I think it gets
yeah,
back to the thing of where we always assume everybody knows what we know. And so, a
a lot
lot
of
of
times they
buyers
don't.
don't know anything.
Right.
And so they don't have a lender that's up to speed, that's looking. And I don't want to say creative, like creative 2008, 2009 creative, but I'm saying creative as what do we need to do to help the buyer get into a property that they can actually afford and, afford long term. A
Yeah.
lot of lenders just, they don't really work it. They got lazy.
Well, you got easy, yeah, because rates have been low for so long, they don't go out
Yeah.
actively
Right.
helping their clients because 'cause they're so
Right.
busy doing the existing business. But nowadays, it's different, right? You gotta help them figure it out,
Yeah.
make them more affordable, help the seller, help the buyer,
And I think
and
as a listing agent, you don't want to have to rely on the buyer's lender to be as proactive as maybe they need to be. So yeah, like you're talking about, I don't necessarily know that I would want to bring my lender with me. Maybe sometimes, if I got that kind of
no, it really
relationship.
depends on the situation, but it's just
Well, and I know, yeah, and that's just me personally, but I definitely want to make sure I've got the information I need, which is when I'm going to do that open house, when I'm marketing your property,
you
we're going to
wanna
have
have
information related to financial
financing, yeah.
programs,
Mhm.
loan programs, any kind of seller financing stuff related, right?
Yeah, anything that you wanna have a conversation with them that relate to financing, the more you know, the better off, I think, right?
Yeah,
They're open to seller credit, so that's a really good leverage
yeah,
from,
yeah,
if you're in a competitive market.
right, right. Well, so let's get back to that email. And
Yeah.
so again, we're gonna, so the agents on this call, they send that email out to their database, and a buyer responds back and they say, "Yee, I got your email, and I want to buy a house. Talk to me." Again, and let's say you're not an agent, but you're a lender. So again, how are you going to talk to that buyer about, and let's say they want to buy. So, they're not asking you, should we buy right now? But, they want to buy. So what are the things that they should be thinking about?
Well, the first most important things before you go anywhere is, have they been pre-approved? Really, as it's just the first step, because from a realtor standpoint, they really want to be working with people who are serious, right? So you want to make sure really work with serious buyers. And how do you get them serious? So make sure whoever the inquiries are regarding specific properties, get them to that seriousness, meaning get them ready
Yeah.
to make an offer.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. So we've gone through the landing page, the PDF guide. I talked about setting yourself up for being able to, set up the e-flyers, whether it's a Gmail template, we're going to just send as a one-off, adding them to your Go High Level, your Sierra Interactive, your whatever follow-ups or campaigns that you're using. So we can get all that content ready so that once we've got those leads coming in, because leads come in every day, right? There's always at least probably one expired every day coming into your marketplace. And so we don't want to have to be, ordering postcards every day. So get all that stuff set up so that as those expireds come in, we're responding to them, get those emails dialed in. So again, add the emails for both the landing page and the guide to either a Gmail template or to your follow-up automations, because those should go out right away. Right. They're free. Whether you're going to click them out as a one-off, or you're going to, again, set them up as part of an automation, that is a no-brainer, right? The landing pages are amazing. The PDF guides would be great. So those two things alone are worth the price of admission. Integrating the print flyers, the postcards, the door hangers, right? Again, the more they see us in different venues, the better. We got the social media posts. We got the short form videos. You got the paid ads, so many different ways to generate and engage these expired leads. Let's end this conversation talking about those, the PDF. So you all saw that 26-page PDF guide and the flip book. They're very easy to create. All you have to do is click the add listing button on the dashboard, right? Go to manual. We can't import it from the MLS because it's not in the MLS anymore. And so for status, just go down to expired, put their name, their email, and their phone number. That way it's going to show up on that first page. There's only 4 things you have to add. Well, 5 you should add. Street, city, state, zip, or 4. That's 4 of the 5. Save and add photos. On the next page, add the photos. 1 photo is all you need. Photo singular. If you got plural, awesome. Don't steal the listing agents from the last. That would, how awful would that be? Can you imagine?
So
the homeowner's gonna be like, yo, you're doing the same thing my last agent did. Those were his damn photos. What the hell are you doing? So don't steal. Just go take a photo. They know it's not going to be the professional photo, right? And so once you've added that listing, right, here we go, expired. And if I click the property address, 7800 Elm Drive, you're going to see I've got the PDF. That's the download listing presentation. And then I got the flip book. So I can download the PDF. When you first add it, it's going to take about a minute, maybe a minute and a half to create and download the PDF. I got the flip book. And there you go. Every single page is going to have that property photo there. And again, their name and property address right there on the cover sheet. So again, PDF, flipbook, boom, you're off and running. All right. Any other great questions that you got for me?
I have one.
Yeah.
So today's January 27th. I'm sure all these people then go back home and start working on this list. And do you have, like, I want to hear success stories.
Oh, I'm telling you, for 10 years, people have been using the landing page alone because that's all we had for a long time. We've had the PDF for a couple of years, but again, I never made much of it. And it's really only been since we introduced these the PDFs that I've really started training on it more because people learned more about it. And then once we did the flip books, obviously, more and more people got into it. So this is the expired. So, I was talking earlier at the beginning of this call about the guy winning the listing presentation with the flip book. So he was using that was just a standard listing presentation. That was not for an expired. And I mentioned that because we've got the flip books for the standard listing presentation. We got them for expireds as we're looking at here. And then we've got them for the FSBOs. So this entire call that we've been on and the landing pages, the PDF we got all that for FSBOs, including the URLs. So for the FSBO, it's like FSBO sold easy, FSBOsoldnow.com.
I think we want to have a little competition. Whoever can do this and win a listing the fastest time frame.
Yeah, right. What should we do? Who wants to get into that? I think starting now.
Yes.
And I think to win, you'd have to say you're on the call or the recording, but what tool what tool generated and what tool engaged?
Yeah, that would be great to know.
Yeah, because maybe you do a phone call. So maybe do the phone call, but then you do the PDF flip book, right, to really convert them. Or you might do a post to e-flyer or a postcard, and then the flip book converts them. So yeah, we should do Gordon Day's on the call. I don't know, dude. Gordon, you're in a good area though. It's kind of cold, but yeah, you're in a good area, dude. Priya, she's on fire. Priya's really good. Neil's been around forever. We got some big people. Yeah, I recognize a lot of names here. John, no shit. John Ray, killing me. That's so funny. What's that? What are you laughing about?
Oh, that's funny because he just said some words.
Oh, sorry. All right. So anyway, we will. How about the first person that comes back with an expired listing based on the training? It doesn't have to be this. I mean, because we've been training this for a few weeks, so it could have been but using the expired tools from Listings to Leads. Should we give them like 3 months free? So the first person that comes back, it's 3 months of free Listings to Leads. Or if they're not using AI text, they can also have 3 months of free of that. So you get to pick either 3 months of the basic platform free or 3 months of AI text for free. One of the two.
Well, looks like the reward has been posted.
Yeah, let's well, Taj, dude, good to see you, man. I haven't seen awesome. So many a lot of great people here I recognize. Haven't seen a lot of you in a while, so good to see you all. And yeah, so you'll get to pick. It is right now. Now it's honor system, right? We're going to have to trust you. Although I do want to see the listing in your account. If I don't see that listing in your account, it's not going to, it will not count. All right. So honor system, you have to come back and tell me, this is how I first generated or engaged the lead. And then this is what got them to sign the listing agreement. And one of those two have to be using, obviously, Listings to Leads. Right? Make sense?
Yes.
Are we good?
We want
everybody ready to get out and get at it. Where can we this will be get into the mastermind group. I believe it's actually going to put the recording right on YouTube and Facebook. So I think wherever you're watching
this on the record. Yes.
Pardon me?
On the record.
On the record. Worst case scenario, get with our support team. So if you heard about this call or whatever, you're on it and you can't find it down the road, get with our support team. They'll send you the link. That's not a problem. Marcacia, thank you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Beautiful name. All right, everybody. Will this lesson be, I believe, Michelle, yes, for sure. Either you'll be able to watch this live right where it was at now, and we'll probably try to get it uploaded into our standard playlist as well. All right. Gordon Day, thank you for that. We're going to try to do one of these a week. To be honest, I want to do 2 or 3 of these a week because our normal daily trainings are more focused on kind of a little bit of a different thing. And there's too much content to do just a couple of weeks. So I want to get Mawa. Freddie Gomez, thank you, Scott and Yee.
Thank you guys for being awesome. Really appreciate you all.
Yeah, don't let me talk.
Now let's go and make some money.
Yeah. All right, everybody, listen. Get into the mastermind group. Let our support team know if you have any questions. And yeah, pay attention for the next live. I think we'll do one next Monday, and I think we might start doing maybe Monday and Wednesday for a few weeks, and then we'll go from there and see how it works. All right, everybody, have an awesome time. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye. Good night.